Hello everyone, my name is UltimoFive and today we're going over the Lanka, the Bug Zapper. These builds do an extreme amount of damage to enemies and can even 1 to 2 shot level 140 Eximus enemies. Along with the normal faction builds, there will be an Eidolon hunting build for this weapon as well. The Lanka is obtained from the energy lab in the dojo and requires these materials to make it. It requires a mastery rank level of 10. The weapon only comes with an Exilis V polarity slot, and because of this, the builds for this weapon require 6 forma. The Lanka excels in single target disintegration, but can also be used in small crowds. Medium and large crowds are ill-advised unless in a free roam level and are sniping. Advantages for the weapon would be that it has a very high critical chance and status chance. Fully charged shots have an innate 5-meter punch through, pinpoint accuracy while aiming, and has 3 zoom modes which increase critical chance from 20 to 50%. Disadvantages for the weapon would be that it has innate electricity damage, which makes this weapon less efficient against the corrupted and Grineer. Has linear damage fall off, slow charge speed, projectiles have travel time, which hinders long range, and an extremely inaccurate hip fire. The elements for the Lanka against the Corpus will be Magnetic and Toxin. Magnetic amplifies shield damage by 100% and nullifies regen of shields for 6 seconds, which stacks up to 10 times for a total of 325%. Meanwhile, Toxin deals 50% base damage per second over 6 seconds. This setup completely annihilates Corpus enemies by 1 to 2 shots. The only enemy on Corpus side it doesn't do well against is alloy armored Corpus, such as the Bursa. Now, this is different than what I usually build, because the elements against Corrupted and Grineer will be Viral and Electric. Viral amplifies health damage by 100% for 6 seconds and stacks up to 10 times for a total of 325%. Meanwhile, Electricity stuns targets for 3 seconds and deals 50% base damage per second for 6 seconds. This build works well against the factions, but is slow due to not having bladed rounds. The main reason it works is due to Hunter Munitions slash procs and Electricity procs mixed with the Viral debuff. Yes, the Grineer and Corrupted aren't weak to electricity, but it is still better than using radiation. The elements for the Lanka against the Infested will be Corrosive and Heat. Corrosive reduces damage by 26% for 8 seconds and stacks up to 10 times for a total of 80%. Meanwhile, Heat deals 50% base damage per second over 6 seconds while stripping up to 50% armor and causes targets to panic. This build works well in 1 to 2 shotting the Infested, but there is a problem. Yes, I made the build for use against the Infested, but I don't suggest using the weapon in close quarters. It just isn't fun. Trust me. The element for the Lanka for Eidolon hunting will be Radiation. With this build you can easily 2 to 3 shot parts with a decent Rhino Roar build. Even if you don't have a frame that amps up damage or critical chance while Eidolon hunting, it still takes about 7 to 9 shots, which isn't that bad. But I strongly suggest having someone on the team to have either Haru or Rhino. If solo hunting, I suggest Rhino. Speed Trigger. To substitute Vile Acceleration in the Eidolon hunting build if you want a bit more damage and sacrifice a bit of charge speed. Terminal Velocity. This mod does increase the projectile speed of this weapon, but it isn't enough to make a difference unless within medium or close vicinity. Heavy Caliber. Although while zoomed, the primary shot is accurate, any extra shots from the multi-shot are inaccurate, which hinders damage. There are several ways to enhance critical chance and damage for this weapon. For instance, for damage, Rhino's Roar. Nova's Molecular Prime makes all sources of damage increase by 100% against primed enemies. And Banshee's Sonar. For critical chance, Haru's Covenant can add up to 50% critical chance and 200% on headshots. The Adarza Kavat with Cat's Eye can give a 60% crit chance boost, and Smita Kavat with Charm can give 200% crit chance. Arcane Rage. On headshot, 15% chance for 180% damage to primary weapons for 24 seconds. Arcane Acceleration. On critical hit, 30% chance for 90% fire rate for 9 seconds. Hope you all liked my guide. If you did, make sure to hit that sub button, like, and maybe share with friends. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see a specific build, make sure to comment below. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye!